Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Adam RPG with me, Bring It On. So I made it to the technical rooms off camera. I fought some bandits and some rats on the way down. But it was pretty uneventful otherwise. And so the hunt for Maxim begins. No skeletons in the rubble. Oh, bet you that's him. Hey Zulbars, I found you a friend. You see a tall young man, strong and nimble looking, yet also filthy and somehow sickly. He moves with a tortured, dragging motion, as if wounded. He soon blocks your path and shows you his crowbar, with a gleeful, childlike smile on his face. You want me to drag you to the cage? Sorry, I can't do that. The last topsider I put in the cage cried a lot, so Daddy freed him and locked him up in the pantry instead. Then Daddy yelled at me, said I'm too rabical. Rabical or radical? Too rabical and short-tempered. Tempered? Tempered? I'm gonna assume this means radical and tempered. And treating the good guests. So no cage for you. You walk. I'd rather stop and talk. The young man scratches his head. Probably not because he's deep in thought. Rather because he's assaulted by fleas. I like talking. La la la. Hear me talking. La 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 la. What's your name? Why am I... Alright, what's your name, pretty boy? I am Pavka. Paul. But better call me Pavka. Pavka. Okay? Okay, nice to meet you. Here's a question. What are you doing here? I protect. I protect doors, so that guests won't come unnoticed. If a sweet rat comes, I do this. Teenager smacks his left fist into his right arm. Then I put what's left of body on coals. When it fries up good, I eat. If it fries too much, I give to Bunny and Piggy like a gift. And you're doing a nice job too. Another question. The youth winks. Oh, what is this place? It's home. Before the boom boom ba boomba kaboomed outside, and all topsiders burned like books. Daddy brought us here. I was this big. Youth shows you 3 grimy fingers tipped with yellow, talon-like nails. What a life that must have been. Next question. What question now? Have you heard anything interesting lately? I don't understand. What? Heard where? Anyway, moving on. Let's just change the subject. Can't say just. I will talk about something else. Okay. What do you want? What's with your gait? Are you hurt? The young man covers his mouth, suddenly afraid to speak for some reason. Won't talk. I'm not a bad boy. Not bad. Option 2. No. It's not bad to talk to a good friend. Your words bring a broad grin to the teenager's face, revealing a set of sharp yellow teeth. He takes a deep breath as if preparing a long speech, but instead abruptly becomes scared again. All the youth's glee is evaporated. He mumbles and tugs at his hair, and violently shakes his head. No, not bad. I won't be bad. I won't be bad. Won't be. I won't, Daddy. I won't be bad. I know you want to share your story. Don't be afraid. The kid's whole frame begins to shudder, and he hits himself in the head several times. I won't. I won't. No bad. No bad. You have to give up after this demonstration of primitive rage, but it seems like it was a trick intended for someone listening in, because after screaming for a bit, he calms down again and looks comically around before gesturing you to come closer. When you do, the stench of pus, skin disease, and soiled clothes crawls into your sinuses, where it struggles up against your soul. After another quick look around, he whispers, Don't tell anybody. I once saw Daddy climb up on Sister Valia's back with no pants on, and putting his thingy into her thingy. So the next day, I also tried climbing on Sister Valia's back with no pants on, and putting my thingy into her thingy. She screamed. Daddy rushed into the room. He dragged me to his study. He had a knife and some rope. Yeah, that's what I was concerned about. That's what I thought was going to be. That's what I assumed was wrong with him. So. Well, no, because he was... Well, maybe before the war. Because if he came down here when he was 3, it could have been something that was going on well before the bombs dropped. Ugh. That's no good. The youth is sharing his disgusting story with guttural giggles and a silly smile on his face. But tears are flowing from his eyes, though he doesn't seem to notice. He cut my thingy off and fed it to Bunny and Piggy for supper. Dios mio, I think I'm going to be sick. I also felt sick. Tee-hee. After a small pause, the old man realizes he is crying. He wipes the tears away with a confused expression and continues giddily. I don't want to climb onto anyone's back anymore. The only bad thing about it is the gash where the thingy used to be is sore and stinky, and I can't walk right because it rubs on my pants. What's your opinions on your dad's actions? Opinion? No. Daddy was right to cut thingy off. Probably. Maybe? Ever since Bunny and Piggy ate the thingy, they always looking at me all strange-like they want more of my meat. So maybe it's not very good that Daddy fed them the thingy. Probably. Maybe? No. It's good too, I think. All Daddy does is good. Listen, no. I have no words. Let's change the subject. Forever. I already read that. They mentioned putting someone in a cage. Who was it? Well, the topsider. The one who came in as a guest. Daddy told me things about topsiders and guests, and when I got scared and I made him sit in Bunny and Piggy's cage, our doggies. It's good that they were just fed, otherwise the guests would have had a bad time. I'll translate from dummy speak. There's a normal man from the surface living here. Can I talk to him? Sure you can. Tee-hee. Unless Valia is making babies with him again. Tee-hee. Well, thanks for the info. Let's change the subject. Sorry, I think I'll take my leave now. Alright, so we're in... The hills have eyes. I guess the metro has eyes. I'm sure this is gonna go swimmingly down here. Well, hello. All that useless loot, and then a bunch of special ammunition. I'm gonna check one thing real fast. What was that red-haired girl's name? I thought we met at Valia already. Alright, so the dog is not hostile, thank goodness. What's going on in here? Oh, bunch of non-hostile rats as well. Well, this is a pretty dark place. Actually, a lot of what they've added to the Dead City seems a little dark. Which is a bit of a contrast to how most of the game plays. There's a lot of humor and sarcasm and pop culture references, but they've got a slightly different route with all this extra content. Which I don't mind, it is a post-apocalyptic game after all, so... Not everything's gonna be Warhammer 40k references and people from the future giving you quests to stop people from getting married. Wait, how'd she get over there so fast? Or is it the same person? Well, let's talk to her. An unkempt blonde of about 18 is walking aimlessly back and forth. Her clothes are dirty and tattered, and she reeks of sweat. Her expression is distant and emotionless. She mumbles something as she passes by, but then stops and smiles. Never seen someone like you before, neither in here nor there. Hello, I'm Manya. Hey, I have some questions, okay? You ask a question twice before the girl listens, and answers with a confused nod. Who are you? Manya. Just Manya. That's it. Nice to meet you. Another question. What you doing? The girl gives you a strange look and shrugs. Let's get to the next question then. What is this place? Daddy's corridors. Daddy's rooms. He worked here. Now he lives here. And we live with him too. We're a family. That's an unusual way to put it. Heard any good rumors lately? Haven't heard anything good around here, but in my dreams a white mouse told me that a little prince of their kingdom fell sick. I told her to go get him some... Yeah, I told her to get him some aspirin and a bottle cap of warm milk. Well, thank you. That's some very valuable information. Let me ask you this. Now let's change the subject. What's here and what's there? The girl smiles and whispers her answer. Here's Daddy's old workplace, where we live now. There is whenever I close my eyes, see pictures like those in books, except sometimes they move and talk. Seems like in this Manya's head, there's a whole new fantasy world. Manya's own little world. How quaint. You'll be there too one day, Grandpappy. Do you mean dreams? What sort of dreams do you usually have? I see fairy tales sometimes. Other times, I become a bird and fly away through the ceiling vents. And other times, I become a mole and dig my way through the floor. And other times, I see a prince. He comes for me and spirits me away. I don't know if I want to say this in this situation. Let's see where it takes us. You know what? I'm that self-same prince. After examining you closely, the girl shakes her head. No, you're no prince. Princes are not like that. Are you, like, trying to seduce her or something? It's clear the poor girl has mental issues. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to say it, man. That's a new low, even for you. Manya pays no heed to your comrade's words, but simply stands there with what's called an archaic smile stretched across her face. My plan was to actually try and get her out of this place, not to seduce her. Just so everyone knows, I want to make that clear. And also to get experience, because I want to level up. I misspoke. So, you have books, huh? What kinds of books do you like? The girl changes completely when you ask this. Where before stood an emotionless zombie, now there's a smiling, excited teenager. It's only lasts as long as it takes for her to answer your inquiry, though. Mama used to read me Afanasyev's fairy tales, and all manner of French folklore and stories. When Daddy found out, he took all the books away. He told us later he burned them to keep us warm. Such a good daddy he is. And I'm his best baby because, thanks to the fairy tales, I can say words that Popka and Valia never learned, like despite that. But despite that, I think I love Mommy a bit more. I could get you new books if you want. I could even make it into a fun little side quest. No, Daddy didn't like the last books me and Mommy had, and he won't like new ones. He'll be very mad, like last time. I don't remember what he did to me that time, but when I try to remember, I get scared and cry anyway. Maybe he didn't do anything. Stupid eyes, crying for no reason. And that's my cue to skip diddly-do. Okay. No experience from that conversation at all. Alright, another character over here. Alright, so there's two people that way. I wonder if there's anybody this way. Nope, it's a dead end. Alright, let's go this way first then. Look for any skeletons on the ground. So I didn't see a male character. To see her. And then I saw... Oh, no, there he is. Okay. So I'm gonna guess the woman in red is Vanya, or Valia. If I had to speculate. Well, plenty of bathrooms down here at least. No one should have to wait in line. Now where'd she go? Alright, so that must be Maxim. What happened to, the woman in red, or am I going crazy? She had to have walked past me, right? There she is. A plump girl of around 20 slowly turns to inspect you with her milky blue eyes. She seems slightly annoyed, maybe even disgusted by your appearance. Geez, you're an ugly fella. You wanna be my husband too? Nah, I'm not into topsiders no more. I don't even like Maxim, my hubby. He's stupid. I just want to ask you some questions. What you want? Who are you? Valia. I'm Valia. Okay then, one more question. What is it? What are you doing here? I'm Mama's replacement. Hee hee. She birthed us. Now I birth new us. They will be tiny, pretty, and pink, and not broken like those I had before. You had children before? Where are they? Before time, Daddy tried to make babies with me, but they came out all wrong. Some no arms, some no legs. Some smelly, dead, no faces on their heads. Ew, gross babies. Gross, bad. Fidel clenches his fist so hard, you hear his knuckles crack. What is it? At least Fidel, I like Fidel's morality. He's a good companion to have. Jesus H. Christ. Can I, like, ask you something else? Alright, we already did that. Tell me about this compound. Daddy worked here before the big boom boom. Now we live here. Long ago, there was a lot of people in these tunnels. They were riding a train. Silly people. They are dead now. Good. Less people is best, because you don't have to share food with them. You greedy girl. Next question. What goes on around here? What? Go. Well, ratsies go around in the pipes and in the vents. If they get close, you whack them on the head with a stick, and then you fry them up, if you can wait until they cook. Or you can eat some raw. Okie dokie, another question. Choose on a rat. Let's change the subject. Okay, but it'd be better if you leave. You're boring. What's the problem with this Maxim you mentioned? The girl sighs and rolls her eyes. He is a dummy. Daddy's right to not like topsiders. To not let us play with your lot. To move silently when you were around in the ruins. Nobody spots us. But we spotted Maxim when he was this far from our home. The girl spreads her arms to demonstrate the huge distance at which they spotted this Maxim fellow. Back in the day, Daddy shot people who came close to our home with a rifle. But he decided to be different to Maxim. He decided to make him my hubby. Why did your dad marry you to some random stalker guy? The girl giggles and smiles as she relates a terrible truth. When Daddy tried to make babies with me, they came out all ugly and crippled, so we could only feed them to Bunny and Piggy. Daddy said it's because we're close relatives. But Maxim is not relative, so he will make our blood thinner. That's what Daddy said, and I love this. I always wanted to be thinner. And I always wanted babies that are soft and pink, like I was long ago. Dear God, why do those mutants way back in Red Fighter not chew my ears off? I do not want to hear this. It straight up kills my trust in humanity. Hee hee. Red Fighter. Daddy likes to call his thingy Red Fighter too. Oh my god. It's hard to read this stuff out loud. How do you enjoy family life, buddy? I don't like it too much. At first, Maxim was nice and silent, and only cried a lot when I kissed him. But then he started telling me how he misses this and that, how he already has a home and a girlfriend, and how he wants to see the sun again. What a dummy. Then he started eating my food and drinking my water because he didn't like ratsy milk we fed him. I don't like being his wife no more. And how does Maxim like it here? He doesn't like it. A man must be a real man, like Daddy. But this one cries and begs all the time like a silly piggy pig. You said it, girlfriend. The real man does not even know the meaning of the word tears. But you know that meaning. Ah, well played. Well played. Yeah, you were a silly dummy. I've heard enough. Time to change the subject. Alright, okay then, I'll go find someone else to talk to. Alright, can we go talk to Maxim? Yeah, this place is awful. I was assuming I'd have to fight... You know what? I don't want to grab this. I don't know where this has been. Well, we'll drop the one. Just, I don't want that in my inventory. I probably don't want to eat anything that's been in this family's bunker. Alright, Maxim, my friend, I've come to save you. A very gaunt, black-haired man is propping himself up against a filthy, mold-spotted wall. He's dressed like a stalker. When you enter the room, his eyes grow wide, and he exclaims, "Oh man, oh man, oh man. Finally, a normal person. Oh man. Dude, I thought I'd die in this crap hole. Brother, I'm begging you, please get me out of here. I'm Maxim Kolosha. I'll repay you, I promise. I'll give you more crap than you can carry. They're crazy down here, I'm telling you. Oh man. Only the father is not retarded. Instead, he's a cunning, messed up, degenerate monster who wants to breed me to his ugly, daft cow of a daughter. Please save me." Hold up, let's talk first. Brother, please, I'm begging you. I don't want to die in this place. Ask what you want to ask, but please make it quick, and do something to help me escape. Who are you? I'm Maxim, a stalker. Well, not quite a stalker, but almost. A better version of a stalker, okay? Well, pleasure meeting you. One more question. Oh man, don't take too long. What are you doing here? What do you think I'm doing? I'm waiting for someone to save me, like a fairy tale princess. Oh man, if you only knew how fed up I am with this freak show. I understand. Another question. What is this place? I don't give a crap. Some hole in the wall, maybe Metro maintenance staff worked and chilled out here. I only know that nowadays a family of messed up, degenerate freaks and jerks calls it home. Doesn't sound like much fun. Another question. Have you heard anything interesting lately? Oh man. What rumors, brother? Hello? Knock knock, you big dummy. Anyone home? I'm in prison on a filthy, soiled mattress in some weirdo storage room. I don't know about anything except my craving to escape this place. I get it. Jeez. Another question. Alright, let's just change the subject. Brother, just tell me you're here to help me ditch this place. Yeah, I'm here to talk about that. The man sobs and gives you a double dose of wide puppy dog eyes, full of hope. I beg of you, please, get me out of this mess. They don't feed me, they don't give me water, they only say I have to make babies with that fat chick. They're totally nuts. I once saw that dumb-looking kid tear into a live rat with his teeth and eat it, guts, fur, and all. And my so-called sister-in-law, she's what, 18? Well, she craps her pants regularly. They're not normal, you hear me? I bet they're planning to cook me up and eat me. Or maybe even skip the cooking part. Oh man, just please, save me. You make me sick. Here you've got a beautiful wife and a roof over your head, and your one job is to make babies. You want to run from all that? Alexander, you goof. Well, it could be the worm talking. The worm might not know better. Have you seen that beauty? Ugh. I'm a simple legendary writer, martyr for Soviet literature, and genius. My dreams are also simple. I dream of having grandkids, but I would never force my child into breeding with a stranger. Honest. I'm not lying whatsoever this time. Not at all. I don't believe genius skips a generation. I'm not counting on my grandchildren to write novels I would then claim as my own, and I'm especially not planning to hire a prostitute to steal my child's seed to fashion a genetically superior, younger version of me. Why would I? I don't want an heir at all. One small thing for my existence to carry on after I die. A successor to my life's work. What is he on about? This old dude would fit right in with his whack job family. Ay caramba. I've got nothing to say. Yep, same here. There are no words to describe this place, apart from maybe crap hole, crap bucket, and den of degenerates. Please help me, guys. I'm having a hard time censoring that. Alright, hold on. Let's change the subject first. No time, talk later. We'll see if we can... I guess we have to talk to the father first. Alright, let's go in here. We'll talk to who I assume is the mother. First thing I'm going to do is go out here and explore. Oh, okay. So it's a shortcut back. A ladder is propped up against the huge mountain of debris. By climbing up and sliding down the other side, you can reach the entry point of this underground complex. Move away from the ladder. We're not going back yet. I will start with her. A small hunchback woman of around 50 gives you an uncomfortable look as she continues to dust items and surfaces around the room. In her otherwise forgettable features, you notice a similarity to the 3 young people you saw on your way into this boarded-off piece of the underground. Might she be the mother of this unwashed pack? You should rather speak with my dear husband, Vladimir Ivanovich. Me and my kids let him do all the talking on behalf of our family. I just wanted to have a little talk. Only if it's important. How can I call you? My name is Alexandra Petrovna, but you may also use the name Shura. Nice to meet you. Another question. What do you do around here? I do everything I can to make my husband's life and work easier. I clean and I cook what the kids hunt down in the tunnels. I may be a small, quiet person, but I keep order around my husband Vladimir Ivanovich's quarters. And I would never wish for a better fate. Sounds kind of boring. Let me ask you something else. What can you tell me about this place? Vladimir Ivanovich, my dear husband, was fired from his teaching position because the education authorities misunderstood his ingenious new teaching technique. It was devastating and unjust, since his is a storied lineage of educators. To provide for me and the kids, Vladimir Ivanovich took a cleaning job here in the metro. Did he know that his downfall would save us from perdition? Maybe so. When news came of the Berlin Wall crisis, Vladimir Ivanovich, in his wisdom, knew the world was about to end. Over the following weeks, while we smuggled our things and a huge amount of canned goods into the storage units of this maintenance structure. As soon as the air raid siren sounded, we rushed down here with our 3 babies and locked ourselves inside. So wait, were the kids born before? Because they seem... Well, I guess maybe they're just not educated. It could be that they don't actually have deformities themselves. But I don't think ancestral mutations happen that fast in one generation. I guess they could. I'm not an expert on the matter, but huh. Interesting. Okay, so I guess again, I assume they're just not educated and potty trained. And we lived here ever since, knowing we were the last sane survivors of the Armageddon above. Now this is our family estate. I can no longer say that it is closed to unwashed guests from topside, such as yourself. Maybe one day Vladimir Ivanovich will be gracious enough to teach you survival skills, as he taught them to our children. Yeah, what a smart guy. Another question. What goes on around here? I'm afraid I cannot help you with rumors. The few times my husband Vladimir Ivanovich came into contact with the outside world, I wasn't by his side, so I know nothing of what he learned. It is not my business. I'm on this earth to serve my dear better half without question. The kids sometimes scavenge the ruins above, but they were taught to ignore hearsay, and they wouldn't understand it in any case. Boring. Another question now. I have a few questions about your family here. The woman pouts and her voice grows still quieter. Uh-huh. What would you like to know? Did you know your husband castrated your only son? The woman's eyes grow wide for a second. Probably she's remembering some soul-crushing images she blotted from her mind in order to maintain her sanity. My son's genitals became infected by an unknown fungus. My husband had no choice save for amputation. We do not have advanced medical equipment around here, you know. Yeah, fungus. Your son's fungus grew especially fast before he tried to rape his sister. The woman gulps, driven into a corner by a profound truth. Brothers can't do things like that to sisters. It's disgusting. However, the things Vladimir Ivanovich taught our kids about survival do not include basic morality, so the only way to stop what our son attempted was surgery. Did you know that your husband had, an affair with your daughter? The woman tries to answer you, but chokes on her words. She manages to speak on the second attempt. Valia. Valia simply imagined this story. She is a very naive, impressionable girl. She's not the one that told me, it was her brother. She doesn't look all that naive. Tell me the truth. The woman sighs and her shoulders slump. Everyone makes mistakes, even geniuses sometimes. My husband wanted to repopulate the barren wastes by the means of our girls, but nature denied him this honor. After he was sure that his seed was incompatible with our daughter's womb, he stopped trying to father children with Valia. Why do you dredge up these old, irrelevant events from our past? Don't be like that, please. Yeah, no wonder your kids are so weird. The woman closes her eyes and sighs heavily. This is a completely predictable result of my husband's teaching techniques. Vladimir Ivanovich only gave the kids the knowledge they needed to survive. He and I, who believe that teaching children to use all their intellectual capacity would be cruel in this vile new world. They're only taught to communicate with each other using simple words, to hunt small creatures, to eat anything nutritious without developing a craving for particular foods, to not care about what they wear, where they sleep, and what they do. The one important thing is survival. So your kids acting like demented freaks is what you wanted for them all along. Now that's cruel. The woman laughs with sadness in her eyes. Cruel, huh? You know what's cruel? Teaching kids hygiene in a world where there's barely any clean water. Teaching kids to read in a world devoid of books. Teaching kids to play and make new friends in a world where every other person is a slaver or a brainless mutant. You know what's even more cruel? Educating kids about gas stoves and refrigerators, airplanes and cars, Gagarin's spaceflight, and the wisdom of Marx, Engels and the immortal Lenin. When all that's left of these things is ash. Everything. Just ash. So don't you dare lecture me on cruelty. But my dear, don't you know that the only reason man triumphed over nature was his intelligence? As an animal, a human is rather weak. He has no shell, no talons, no fur. Stealing the wisdom of my literature from your kids is humanophobic to the bone. You're mistaken, comrade. The world is cruel, but if you had not crippled your kids mentally, they would at the very least stand a chance to regain what humanity lost. Now they are part of the problem, and not the solution. I said it makes sense, so they purposely stunted their kid's education, because they said he was a teacher initially, but he got fired from his teaching position. I was like, well, if he's a teacher, even if he wasn't a very good one, you'd think that, you know, he'd be able to educate his kids to some degree. But they purposely stunted their kids. That's so weird. This place is messed up. I'll not listen to this undeserved criticism. I've decided not to discuss this anymore. Let's change the subject. As you wish. That's enough. I'm leaving. Alright, well this was a thing. It was definitely a thing. I'm gonna call the episode here. In the next one, we will confront the father, and I'm gonna speculate he's not gonna get out of this alive. But we'll see. I'm gonna assume the game's gonna make me make a decision between morality and benefit. Benefit to myself or making the right moral choice. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode.